Everybody, just getting logged on, letting everybody get logged on. Hello, hello, hello. Letting everybody get logged on. I know I'm a little crazy today. Hey, everybody, I'm in the car, we're driving. We're on a mission today. An adventure, so to speak. I know everybody's going to want to talk about the government shutdown, so we can talk about that and how the government basically shut their door. But remember one thing, why the government is not functioning, they are not spending our money. There's something to think about, right? They're not spending our money. All right, I'm just getting everybody logged on. We're pretty early in. Admit. Somebody asked me, because of the government shutdown, are the courts shut down? No. Courts should be open. All right. Looks like we're all, oh, here comes more. Hang on, I'm just trying to get everybody here. And then does anybody have anything they want to talk about?
Patti, this is
Yes.
Ivana. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Is this okay to talk and ask you a question while you're driving?
I'm not driving.
Oh, you're not?
No. Here, wait, hang on. You, three
Because
people. I'm not the one driving. See, I'm not driving.
Okay, good. Thank you.
No problem. I'm not the one driving. There's no way I could drive and do a webinar. It just won't happen.
Okay, so my question is this one, Patti, is the property is under Larso and they have the recycling, like the food recycling program. So what happened, the property is a 4-unit apartment and then the access to the garage is from the alley. And what happened, every unit, they deliver all the green trash bin to every unit. And I called LADWP and asking because we don't have any space to put, in the alley. And they refuse, to take care of this matter. And she asked me to ask the tenants to call the LADWP. So what happened right now, the tenant, maybe I'm not really sure what is going on with that because I asked them to call them up because we really don't have space, in the alley. And then finally the two people, two tenants, 2 units, moved the green bins, to the alley and then it's really cramped. So is there any way we can do this one? It seems that LADWP, give us really a hard time right now.
Yeah, because the LADWP wants to do their proper trash collection. And there's probably something in the building and safety codes saying that you have to have a designated area for their trash receptacles. So you're going to have to bend over sideways to make to make the city happy, or you're going to be in a bigger problem.
Patti, what's going on is they're giving them one for each unit. And, one thing will work for a fourplex.
It's true.
People don't have that much stuff.
I agree with Arlene. That's the reason. We have one trash bin. We have a one green trash bin already.
Right.
And
that's what we have.
Full. Yeah, it's not even full every week.
I know. They delivered 3 more to me. So now I've got 4 of them. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with them. I have no room.
We can contact the city and tell them that their stupid bureaucracy and BS is overcrowding. Maybe we could find a way to turn those into living conditions for some of the homeless people. I'm just kidding. I'm being funny. You're going to have to work with the city. Apparently, it's a bigger problem. Arlene is also having it.
Yeah, it's all along the whole street. Everybody's left them on the curb with the letters on them because nobody has room for them.
Yeah, it looks like Chris is piping in also. He's got
you can call them and ask them for a smaller one. They do have a smaller one, but I don't know if they'll let you get away with not having one for each unit. I don't know about that.
There's got to be something we could do and say that we're doing community trash collection. There's got to be something that we can do because we don't need one of those big bins for each property. We need one for each, or one for each resident, not one for We need one for each property, not one for each resident.
Right.
I'll get it out straight in a minute. I had too much Red Bull this morning. What do you expect?
But how does that work, Patty, if like my property, I have a single family with an ADU in the back.
Mm-hmm.
The tenants pay for trash. I don't want to pay for trash. I don't want to, and they're going to be like, why are we forced to have one? How does that work?
Well, at my house, I'll be very honest with you. I have 3 trash bins.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, what'd you say, Patty? I have 3 trash bins at my house. One is for household trash and waste. One is for recycle, and one is for organic waste. Like
Right.
your vegetable peelings, all that stuff. So I have 3 ways I have to sort my own trash.
Right.
One of them we call chicken food, but hey. So
Yeah, but my 2 properties on the same lot, same APN, they have their own, they each have their own. I don't want to pay for it if I combo it.
you don't have to pay for it if you combo it. If you don't have space for all those bins, what we need to do is tell them to come pick up the extra bins. They're not needed.
Oh, I see. Okay.
The
Yeah.
argument we're having now is they're requiring additional recycle bins for each resident. Well, if you look at that, what if you have a 10-unit complex? You just got 10 recycle bins.
Yeah.
That's what they're complaining about.
Yeah. I see.
And I would tell them that the additional bins are excessive and to please come pick them up. They're blocking traffic.
Oh, yeah.
Because I would be throwing those out in the street. But I would tell them that it's excessive and to come pick them up.
So, Patty, I asked them to pick them up, but they said, no, the tenant have to give them a call. And I don't think the tenant give them a call at all. So that's why they move it, to the alleys. And now it's really, I don't know. I mean, what should I do here?
Ask the tenant to make a call to go pick those up, or you're going to charge the tenant for having, storing things in the common area.
Oh, can I do that?
Well, technically it belongs to the tenant because the city won't pick it up unless the tenant says so, right?
Yes.
Paying attention? So who does that belong to? The tenant. We have no control. So I'd be asking the tenant to call the city to come pick up their extra unwanted cans, or they're going to have a problem. You don't have the power to do it. Your only power is to enforce the tenant to do something.
Do you think this is not going to be like a tenant harassment then?
Well, I'd be extremely cautious on how you approach it, but I'd tell them, hey, why don't you just call the city and tell them to pick up the excessive bins? I tried and they won't allow me to. Just ask them to pick up the excessive bins. I mean, that's an easy way to try to filter out the problem. And you're not alone in having the problem because Arlene has the problem, which means Chris probably has the problem, which means everybody in Larso's probably got the problem for anybody that has multifamily properties.
Yeah. And I have space, but I'm going to suggest to my tenants, hey, if you're not filling up your super big cans, get the smaller ones.
Exactly. Exactly. Ask for one smaller one for the community and use words like excessive. This is excessive. Remove the excessive bins. I mean, those are words that the city understands because one of the things they're supposed to do is stop being over excessive in places. And I mean, how much money are they losing by giving out all these extra bins nobody wants? Right? Nobody said they were smart. Val, behave yourself.
They're trying to rationalize how they're going to be increasing the fees.
Exactly. They're going to charge you 5 times as much for plastic you don't need in a can that doesn't need to be collected. I mean, let's be realistic here. You got the can, you pay the price. I'm sorry. Coral? Okay. Anybody else have a question today? I'm on a beautiful drive. Did I lose you guys? I'm gonna
Patty,
a beautiful drive.
Mhm.
Like, okay, yes, what can I do for you, Julia?
So in regard to the pictures that I sent you, I did an interior inspection. I know to you, you probably have seen far worse, but
Girl,
and
I laughed, okay? So I wish
I
you
know.
could share them in the chat so everybody could look at them. Photo number 1, okay? First thing I pick up, smoke detectors missing.
Yes.
Okay, is that what I'm supposed to see in photo number 1?
Yes.
Second thing I pick up is, did you paint those colors or did the tenant modify the property without written consent of the landlord?
Yeah, she modified it. I mean, I'm fine with them changing the paint color because they know that they'll have to change it when they get back, or sorry, when they move out. So yes, in regard to the paint, that's not what I painted it, but they did paint it to that. And then the other things that I'm obviously she had a broken window, which now I know that falls under a habitability thing, so I have to get that done kind of right away. But she has two. I only sent you one. One of them is a special order on the glass because it's double pane. But the thing that I'm more nervous about, one, that stove was awful. I don't even know if that can be fixed or what.
Okay, so just for everybody else's reference, this stove, the 2 front burners are obviously more used than the 2 back burners. But man, this thing's got patina on it like a cast iron skillet from the 1900s. Okay, the stovetop. It is in really bad shape. But with that being said, we now know why they took down the smoke detector. They can't cook.
Yeah.
Cookbooks are great gifts for tenants at the holidays, just saying. Okay. It's one of my things I tend to try to
I did inform them like, hey, this interior inspection isn't for me to, get upset with you because your dishes aren't done or if your laundry's not put away. It's not for it. It's in regard to wear and tear and the maintenance, preventative maintenance. I said, however, with your stove, that could be a health and safety issue because that could be like a grease fire or whatever. So you do need to clean that. So I did inform them of that. Again, I don't even know if that can be salvaged. I'm sure it could be, like if you put a lot of elbow grease into it. But the thing that I'm more concerned about was my kitchen cabinet. So those were the original kitchen cabinets. The drawers, like you could see, like the wood is all coming off. I've had 2 previous households before them and never had this issue.
because they're damaging it's more than wear and tear, it's abuse. And the
Yeah.
stovetop tells the story.
Yes. And so,
I'll
but with,
tell you right now, do you want to know how to clean that stovetop? You go to
yes,
Home
please.
Depot, okay? Home Depot. Pay attention. If it's not at Home Depot, it's at Lowe's. It's in the cleaning equipment. It's called Miracle Method.
Miracle Method. Okay.
No, that's not the name of it. Mr. Muscle. It's called Mr. Muscle. Sorry, it starts with an M and an M. It's the way my
Okay.
brain
Mr.
works.
Muscle. Okay.
Mr. Muscle, and it's at Home Depot or Lowe's. It's expensive. I'm letting people in, forgive me. It's expensive. I want to say it's like $8, $9 a can. It says to use in a well-ventilated area. It ain't lying. Okay. This is what Widget does. Widget sprays down the stove and the burners and then runs outside. It puts like this foam on the burners, but you got to use it in a well-ventilated area. I am not joking. It is bad. Okay. Run outside, wait about 10, 15 minutes, and then come wipe that up with a paper towel and then spray it again and let it sit there for another 10, 15 minutes and then go wipe it up with a paper towel. And that destroyed stove will be crystal clean again unless they scratched it up with a Brillo pad or something. So it cuts through all the muck, all the grease, all the grime. It's insane. And you just wipe it with a paper towel. You don't have to scrub.
Okay. Great. Good to know. I will.
Mr. Muscle.
Mr.
Miracle
Muscle.
Method is who you contact to resurface your countertops and your showers and your bathtubs, okay?
Gotcha.
Hey, it's the way my brain works. But they both started with 2 M's. Miracle Method, Mr. Muscle. I mean, give me a break. Come on. It was
Okay.
a mistake.
Mr. Muscle, I'll definitely look into it. But as far as the kitchen cabinets, being that those were the original, I don't know, I
Blatant
feel,
damage. That's blatant damage all day long.
yeah, I feel like it's something that, I mean, I'm never going to be able to match it exactly. I mean, maybe there's companies that do it, but it's like, okay, so what happens? I don't want mismatching drawers. So now what happens if
Take
I'm
a
just going to
deep
have to,
breath, Julia. Okay. If they've damaged those cabinets beyond repair, which is what they're going to do over the course of their tenancy, so just allow it to happen at this point. You're already past the point of repair and fix. You want them to destroy them. The reason
Okay.
being is then you can put in new cabinets at their expense.
okay, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, wait, so do I have to pay for the cabinets and only charge them for the drawers, or I can charge them for everything?
We'll see what it looks like when they vacate, but this is a really good way for you to get new cabinets at their expense. They're blatantly damaging them.
Yeah.
For those of you that didn't see the photos and can't see the photos and don't understand what we're talking about, their kids swung on all the cabinet doors. How do I know? I did it as a kid. I know. They also are hanging from the drawers when they're opening them. So it's just really wearing those old drawer tracks, okay? The front of them are beat to all get up. I'm pretty sure their kids are beating pots and pans on them, but that's what's happening. And the reality is if you fix that and repair that now, they're just going to continue to do it. So get off the merry-go-round, let them do what they're going to do, and then just charge them for the damage when they vacate.
Okay, got it. And I was gonna send the pictures, so that way people know what we're talking about, but I don't think there's a picture
I
thing.
don't think you can in the chat in our Zoom thing, but I'm just trying to put in their head what we saw in those photos. Basically, it looks like a 100-year-old cast iron skillet on top of the stove that nobody's ever washed.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
That is a great definition of what we saw there. There's more
There,
on that stove than on my cast iron Dutch oven, okay?
yes, yes. They're not moving out, but I just wanted to do a preventative maintenance in there, and I should have gone previously. But I am going to set up, they can't pay for all of that. And obviously their security deposit. And that's just, I didn't even send you everything. That's just the essentials. I have a door that the door jamb is completely worn off, and the drywall is partially gone, stuff like that. So there's a lot more things, but I'm just trying to get to the essentials. Anyways, I'm going to do a payment plan. I know this is probably just more of a personal thing, not really just a personal decision or a business decision, but then that's fine, right? Obviously try to work with them. She said that she said she's aware of it, and she didn't fight me on it. She said, yep, my kids have, beat a lot of stuff up. I know I have to pay for it. If you can work with me, that'd be great. And I said, yeah, that's fine. I said, know that it's a courtesy and I don't have to work with you, but I will, because, you guys have paid your rent on time. So, is that fine though?
Yeah, it's a single family residence.
Yes.
How much deposit do you have? 2 months rent?
I think a month and a half, but maybe 2. This was before the law went into place. So I have I don't know, 2,600, I think.
Okay. Keep up on the deposit so you always have double the deposit there. Because as an independent landlord owning less than so many doors, nobody said where that was. There's no case law there. Trying to be cautious. But on that particular property, I'd make sure you keep your deposit amount at double the rent.
But I can't do that now, right? Because obviously I'm lucky I even have 1.5 times, right?
Terms of tenancy to increase your annual the LARS County. Let's start with that. When we raise the annual rent by whatever percentage, we can also increase the security deposit. We have to use the same rent increase amount. So if we're capped as an example at 7.5% on the rent increase, then you could do a 7.5% increase on the deposit. I just want to show you guys my view. We're driving along the coast and it's absolutely gorgeous. Sorry. Squirrel. All right, did you guys get that? I have service. Starlink says I do. Did you get all that, Julia?
Yes, so increase the deposit when I'm doing their rent
Right, but
increase.
you got to be careful with the deposit increases when you do them. You can only increase by what you're allowed to increase the rent. So,
Okay,
for example, if you're capped at 7.5% as an annual rent increase, you can only increase the deposit by 7.5%. Never to
Okay.
double the rent.
Okay. And then with the Section 8, or are you waiting to talk about that?
No, go ahead.
Oh,
Fire away, baby. Come on, let's all
so
talk.
will I'm supposed to be getting my Section 8 payment, so does that mean I'm not going to get it, my rent?
I have to be very careful what I say to you right now. No, it could mean that your payment will be delayed.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to say it a different way. It could mean that your payment is delayed.
I've had a previous shutdown before and they've never not paid me, so I always end up getting it.
So don't panic, don't freak out. Everything's going to be okay. We've been through this a lot. My sister was a federal employee. She was in charge of permits. You wouldn't get a paycheck. So most of those employees prepare for that type of thing and are accustomed to it, but not always. In the event you have someone that is a government employee and they've been shut down and they're not working, do not go run to evict them. You will get your asset handed to you on a platter, and we don't want to spend money. So if you have somebody that's working for the federal government and they are now out of because of the shutdown, slow down. Don't be quick to go for their jugular. It won't make you look good at the end, I promise. We want to work with them. They will reopen. They're not going to be shut down forever. Okay, this happens periodically during a presidency. So we see this happen in other. Don't freak out. Don't panic. Pass go. Collect your $200. Everything's fine. Okay. But try to work with the people that are currently shut down. They will get picked up again. They will get funding taken care of. They will get it all taken care of. Just be patient is my request, if you will.
Hey, Patty, it's Lorena. Hi.
Hi, baby.
Hi. What's going on? Who got shut down? What's going on with Section 8? I missed it.
The government is shut down. They shut down yesterday. Got it. Well, I'm all about that. The government shut down yesterday on a federal level. So federal shutdown. In other words, the bureaucracy and the BS are not agreeing, so they shut down the government until they can come to an agreement. It's out of our hands, out of our control. It's out of your tenants' hands, out of your tenants' control. Try to be as understanding as possible. Don't panic, okay? This happens, I don't want to say all the time, but it happens often. There's no need to get upset about it. Let's wait and see how it unfolds. The government always reopens again. It never in my lifetime has it not reopened again, okay? It could happen, but I don't want to say anything else because we had the whole state get shut down for COVID. So I don't want to say anything else because I don't know. But the reality of it is the government will most likely reopen again. It's never not. Okay? And nobody's arguing with me. So we're good.
So are like the Section 8 offices closed or something? I didn't know that.
All of the federal government is shut down. So let me give you an example, okay? And then you'll understand what I'm saying. You know, if you go to Yosemite right now, that's a national park, that's federally operated. There's nobody standing at the little booth telling you you can't come in. Anybody else have an example of a federal employee that's closed? The permit offices are currently closed. However, you can make reservations online.
How about DRE?
That's not federal, that's state.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, we work under Governor Newsom. How do I know that? I'm a broker. I wish it was federal, but no, it's state employee, or you're under the state with the BRE.
Yeah, Patty, my son works for Navy. They have also something called an emergency fund that they
Yes.
keep on paying. Yeah, that some of them
Yes.
go under that, you know?
Yeah,
So it all depends. But my question is, you know how the CDR is issued by Section 8, the money that goes into your bank account? Are you familiar with that?
yes.
Okay, now the CDR was issued for me yesterday, and they're saying this is how much is going to go to your bank account. Is that going to be also stopped, or that's already gone through?
No, that should already be going through. Usually when they put those electronic transfers through, they're 7 days in advance. I don't know
Yeah.
if April's on here. April is our Section 8 guru. Remember, she worked for them for years. So let me look really quick and see if she's in the lineup. I don't see her.
Yeah, I got all my October rents from Section 8 this month. They all came through yesterday.
Oh,
Thank
there
you,
you go.
Lorraine.
There
Thank
you go.
Lorraine.
There you go. Teamwork, you guys. Teamwork. Raina, I sent a couple people to talk to you. Did that happen?
Yeah, I spoke to one gentleman yesterday. I'll call you after because also you didn't send me the link yet for the golfing thing.
Oh, you know why?
Why?
You know how last year they gave me 4 spots to fill and I filled 3 of them and I felt like a ding dong because I only filled 3.
Uh-huh.
This year they gave me 8 spots and I was like, what are you guys doing? I couldn't fill 3 last year. I couldn't do 4. Now you gave me 8. Guess how many
Oh.
people signed up to play golf with me?
How many? 10.
17.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so am I asked out? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I can still get you in there because what we did is we're putting a team of 4 in front of me and a team of 4 behind me. That way
Okay.
we can all kind of just merge together.
Okay.
And Agla said, Patty, if you keep this up next year, we're going to call it the Widget Golf Tournament.
Very nice. Send me the link. Send me the link before you get more, and then I'm really asked out.
I will send you the link right as soon as we're done. I promise.
Okay, and then I'll call you after.
And then I got to tell you guys something fun, okay?
Okay.
So I got a Starlink. And everybody asks, oh, is the Starlink work? Let me tell you something. We shouldn't have cell service right now. I'm at a beach campsite with no signal, but I can do this because I have Starlink now. So, you know how sometimes Patty's in the mountains, you guys aren't going to be able to get a hold of her. Now you are. I'm making it so you guys can get in contact with me even when I'm not in contact with myself. I'm
How
just
much
being
does
funny.
it cost, Patty? How much you paying for it? I'm just curious.
I paid $500 for this little white thing on the dash. I'm holding it up with my sandwich. Don't laugh, okay? It's about as big as a clipboard. You see that? Plugs right into the cigarette lighter, and that's the Starlink. It's $500, okay? Hold on. It's a business expense, and hear me out. You know how sometimes we have a vacant property and we want to set up cameras there, but we can't because we don't have Wi-Fi? You can if you buy that. And then you can take it off. You can put it in your car. You can take it wherever you want to go. You own it. It is yours.
No,
What
but
I like-
monthly, how much you paying?
Okay, here's where it is. Okay. It's either $50 a month for 50 gigabytes or $185 for the month, and it's unlimited. I went for the unlimited because it made more sense to me. Okay. Because I'm using my laptop, I'm doing all kinds of stuff utilizing the gigabytes. So I went with the higher amount. And if you are done and you don't want to use it, let's say your house in the desert where you needed Wi-Fi and you're not camping, you just turn off your service. You can have it off for 6 months and then turn it back on when you need to use it.
And what
I
is your
really
download
like that.
speed? What's your upload speed?
I did a speed test. I can't do one right now. I did a speed test at AGLA headquarters because they helped me set it up and make it go in the beginning because I was just a little apprehensive about it. But I'm telling you, a small child could do it. It was real simple. They said that the Wi-Fi from the Starlink was faster than the Wi-Fi in Agla's headquarters. So the Wi-Fi with my Starlink was faster than the Wi-Fi in our own building.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And so far, it hasn't failed me. I've been real happy with it, but I've only had it for about a week now. But for those of you that don't know, I'm now working at Agla 3 days a week, answering their phones, and I'm able to work remotely with the Starlink. So that's really nice. So if you call Agla and you end up talking to me and I say, hold on a second, I just caught a fish, you'll know why. I'm being funny. But yes, I am at Leo Carrillo State Park ready to check in. And I have Wi-Fi. This is awesome. Patti is at the Agla hotline. Yay! So I'm at Agla Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. I am not physically in the building on those days, but if you call Agla, you can get me in the round robin. And then for the next 2 weeks, I'm covering for somebody while they're on vacation. So I'll be there full time starting next Monday and going through the next 2 weeks. My too kind-hearted partner don't want to charge the dead tenant for any October rent. I'm okay with that. However, I think the mother is thinking I'm going to refund his September rent since the day he died, which I'm not okay with. What sage words can I use to tell her it's not happening? She's lucky I'm not charging a 30-day for lack of the 30-day notice. You're charging the rent until the day the keys were collected. Okay? So not until the day he died. Sorry, you were still in possession of the unit and didn't turn us in the key until blank day. So you get charged rent until blank day. Does that make sense? So I got you? Keys were returned on the 25th, and charge them rent till the 25th. If you'd like to, you can charge them 30 days of rent past the 25th for not giving you a 30-day notice, but I didn't want to go that route. In regards to the same house with the growth of that, but it's illegal. But I go about processing that application. Hold on, I got to read that again. In regard to the same house with the gross stove, we're just gonna call it the gross stove house, okay? They asked if her can move in, but it's legal. Is he illegal? Me? Do not refund September rent. I don't care if he died in January. Charge. They had the keys. It makes the most sense. Julia, answer me. What is illegal? Dad's an illegal immigrant. Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Can you hear me? My headphone wasn't
I
working.
can now.
Okay. Yes. Sorry. Yes, we can call it the house with the gross stove. Dad is not a U.S. citizen. Whatever term is here illegally or whatever. So how would I go
What you
about
tried to say?
processing that application?
Tell me you love me.
Of course, I love you.
Then he doesn't have a FICO. It means you're not running a credit report. You're not screening. You can't collect any debt he makes. Does this all make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So now it comes down to, are you going to allow him to live there? And are you going to have them sign a new rent agreement with him on it at a new rent amount because they have a new occupant? The reality is you can't get blood out of a turnip. He doesn't have a social security card. You can't garnish wages. You can't go after him, and you can't discriminate against him because citizenship is a protected class in the state of California. Okay? Got that?
Mm-hmm.
You can ask him to sign a new contract, put them all on a new contract and add his name. I can't see running his credit because you can't. There's nothing there, right?
So then I do have the right to charge market rent then, like because we would be starting an entirely new.
That's where your loophole is, baby. So you
Mhm.
want to enter into a new agreement with new terms because you're adding a new occupant. Because of
Okay.
this, the owner has agreed. However, they are asking for additional rents in the amount of this and a new contract with this person's name on it.
Okay. Yeah, they definitely wouldn't want to do that. So.
Okay, and does everybody else see how I use this opportunity to raise the rent? Oh, but in order to do that, you have to be on a new contract with new people. Okay? Okay. Let's say he died on September 18th and I wasn't notified until September the 20th. They turned in keys on the 25th. September's rent was fully paid. I believe I could charge via the security deposit through October 24th. If they turned in the keys on September 25th and you were not given a 30-day notice in writing, hang on, somebody's trying to call me. I fixed it, I think. I might not have. I tried. There we go. I fixed it. Aren't you proud of me? I'm proud of myself. Sorry. Okay. He died on the 18th. We don't care. You were notified that he died on the 20th. Don't care. They turned in keys on the 25th. There's the day, the 25th. I know your partner says no, and that's okay. We're just talking out loud so everybody could hear. So they're not going to get a rent reimbursement. They turned in the keys on a prepaid month. The month, and you can just tell them I didn't receive a 30-day, so we're just going to keep September's rent because I wasn't given a 30-day notice. Does that work better for you, Val? Because I know you're trying to keep more money and your partner's saying, no, we got to help them. You know, somebody died. I get that. Sorry. Did you see me jump? Did you see me jump? He's unloading the motorcycle off the back of the truck. The whole truck went, kind of freaked me out. Sorry. I hope that makes sense, Val. So I would just tell them that the rent was prepaid for the month of September. You're not willing to refund any of that, but you're not charging them for not giving you a 30-day. See how that worked? But in the event you wanted to, you could charge them rent through September 25th. You could charge them rent through October the 24th if you wanted to. So use that as leverage. I could have charged you 24 days of rent for the month of October, and I decided not to. So that works that way, right?
How would you handle that situation for the disposition of security deposit to cover your assets?
No 30-day notice was given.
No, I know, but would you write, I don't know.
I would write on there that rent was owed until October the 24th, and then I'd write that dollar amount was waived.
Per agreement or something?
I'd just write waived. That way, when you get into court, the judge can go, well, why did you waive this? What's this about? No, October 25th would be 31 days, Julia. The 24th would be 30 days. I always subtract a day when you're doing 30 days because you guys, if you count 30 straight days on a calendar and start at the 5th of the month, the 5th counts as one, right? So if you count that all the way through, the 5th would take you to 31 days. We want 30, so it's a 4th.
Oh, the way they taught me was that if the month that they give you notice has 30 days, then it's just a straight 30. So it's from September 25th through October 25th. Now, if they had given notice October 25th, October has 31 days. So then you go one less. So it'd be November 24th. That's how
But
I
if
learned it.
you count that out on a calendar physically and start on those days and start with 1, 2, you'll get 31 days. Trust me. I've been doing this a long time.
Patty, it's Melanie. Hi.
Hi, baby.
Hello. You're near me. You're not too far. I see you said Leo Carrillo.
That's where I am. I am camping here for the, I think
Not
camping
too
here for the
far.
night.
Question, when calculating rent, like for example, if you give somebody a credit for a day or two or whatever, I usually do it by 30 days, even though there are 31 days in some of the months. That's how I was taught, speaking of doing monthly
You want me to be very honest with you?
Always.
The court works on a 30-day calendar no matter how many days are in the month.
Right. Okay, good.
If it's 28 days or 27 days in February, they still count that as 30 days.
Okay.
The court works on a 30-day calendar. So you know what I do? I work on a 30-day calendar too, because I want the court to understand what I'm talking about when I'm speaking their language.
Perfect. I've got one more question. LARSO owner wants to do a full rewire because the tenant is using portable ACs and it keeps shutting down their AC. But the owner said something about increasing the rent. I don't
This
think
is a capital improvement.
is that,
And I don't know if Arlene's still in here, but this is a improvement
right.
at this. Be able to do a rent increase because of the capital improvement of upgrading the electrical box.
And how much is that?
I would have to do the math, and we would want to sit down and either talk with Arlene or Mona at Agla. But I could sit down and do the math with you, no problem.
No worries. Thank you.
No worries. But it's that easy. It's just math.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
No problem. My management company changed addresses. Do I have to notify all of our tenants in writing? I am asking because of the leases have the old address. You guys pay attention. Listen, I may ask questions later. Okay. Anytime you change ownership, address, phone number, you need to notify the tenant in writing. Yeah, I know that you could send them an email and just tell them and they'd be like, yeah, okay. But 10 years from now, when you get into court and they use it against you that you didn't do a takeover letter or a change of address letter, because that's our job, right? They're going to hang you with it. Okay. So anytime you change ownership, address, or phone number of the owner of record that they are to pay to, you need to notify the tenant in writing. Okay. Because as you get it sucked into a jury trial, you'd be shocked at the crap they go up with a microscope after. Okay? We talked about illegal rent increases and how if you just mail the notice within 30 days, it's not valid because you didn't allow 5 days for mailing. So that rent increase is invalid. And therefore, every rent increase after that is invalid. Yeah, that's how they climb around with a microscope. So it would probably be in your best interest to make sure that you're documenting these things accordingly. That's why when you get into jury trial and they ask you, when did you notify the tenant of the change in address to pay their rent to? Oh, that's how they're going to use it against me. So anytime you change ownership, title changes, okay? Let's say that title on the property changes from an individual to a family trust. Does a tenant need to be notified? The phone number they pay, the person they give it to is the same. The owner on title changed. Do we have to notify the tenant? Absolutely. Absolutely, you have to notify them of who owns that property, where their security deposit is, who they pay the rent to, and what phone number they contact in case of an emergency. Okay, that's the requirement for a takeover letter. It's got 4 things. Who, what, when did it happen, and where's my deposit? phone number of who to call in case of emergency, address to pay rent to, who has their security deposit, and who is the named owner of record. Anybody have anything else?
Patty, sorry to loop back around on the counting
Hey,
thing.
you can loop backwards as much as you want to. I'm good with that.
Thank you. So day that they notify you or day that they what is it? Give you notice, you count that as day one, because when I learned it, they said no, because if they put like the letter of notice in the box or in the little mail thing and it's 4:59 and we're already closed or whatever, we didn't get it till the next day. So day one is the next day. But you don't do that, correct?
No, day one is the next day. If we got it at 5:01, it's the next day. If we got it at 4:59, it's that day.
Because I just counted 30, let me see, 30 days. But you're counting, so September 25th, you're counting that as day one, right?
September 25th is the day they gave you the notice. So that's day one. Count me out 30 days. What do you get? October
Oh.
24th?
Gotcha. Yeah. See, they
You're
were
going to
still
charge
saying,
them for 24 days, not 25 days. Make sense?
yeah. So do you have to, so then you have to do it like that in terms of, because they
You
said it
can
doesn't matter
do
if you
it
give it.
however you want to. I do it the way the court does it because I
Okay.
want to be as spot on as the court so that I don't have to explain my system, my theory. I just tell them, Your Honor, I use a 30-day calendar.
Okay.
Okay? If you guys use a 1/30th of the rent, no matter what month it is, that is the same calculation the court uses. Whether there's 31 days or 27 days, calculated on a 30-day month, and your numbers will match the court's numbers every time.
Got it. Okay.
Okay? And it's not like you're cheating yourself. It's not like you're doing anything wrong. Does that make sense? It's just we count a 30-day calendar. And the only reason I do that is that's what the court counts.
Okay.
And for
I
me,
thought, yeah,
I want to do it the way the court does it so that I don't have to convince a judge that my accounting is correct. If I do it the same way he's going to do it, yeehaw, hit the easy button, right?
okay. Yes, that makes sense. Thank you.
No worries. I love my Starlink. You guys have no idea. I should not have service right here. This is awesome. And I have a good signal, right? You guys can hear me. You can see me. It's not choppy or anything. Everything's good.
Everything's good.
Oh, that's awesome. I am so happy. You have no idea. Because it means Patty can go deep sea fishing and still do Wednesday with Widget from the boat.
Patty.
You lucky girl. Patty, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm doing rent raises.
Okay.
And on a couple of properties, both in LA City and also in county, LA County. We're raising not the base rent, but we're raising the utilities. Do I just do a change in terms, or I've never done that before, where I'm raising, like, for instance, on a tenant's rent, I'm not raising his base rent, but I'm raising $25 of his water fee and $25 of his garbage fee.
Yes, please.
It's a utility increase and it comes with a 30-day notice of change of terms of tenancy.
So you don't do the document like the E11 or anything like that from AGLA. You do it on a separate form.
You can do it on that also. And I think AGLA has that E11 exactly, which is already geared up for the city.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it says on there, like, it has like your rent that you pay now, right? And then it says the changed rent and then the total. But if I'm not changing their base rent,
This isn't rent you're raising. You're raising
right,
utilities, so it takes a 30-day notice to change terms of tenancy.
okay, so then I don't use that form. I use a completely different, just a change in terms.
Hold
form.
on. Deep breath. Are you changing the base rent at all?
No.
Then the answer is no.
Okay, so just use the normal change of terms of tenancy, and you can use any For any county, you would use the same form, right?
Yes, the
I mean, any
difference
city.
is with LA City, you're putting in all the tenant protections, right to counsel, blah, 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 blah. And with the county, you're doing the same thing, but it's under DCBA and tenant protections and right to counsel. Under the state, you're doing nothing.
Okay, awesome. Got it. Thank you.
No problem. Other than the 30-day change of terms of tenancy and a proof of service. I shouldn't say do nothing, but yeah.
Patty, under LARSO, you're not allowed to charge a flat water fee, correct?
You can if it's in the original lease contract at inception.
It is, so I'm not out of compliance.
That is correct. They signed and agreed to that at Hello, and you can change that amount with a 30-day change of terms.
Okay, so I could increase it.
Yes. You don't want to use this to be ridiculously expensive. You
No.
don't want to put charges upon the tenant that cause something called a constructive eviction. People are like, wait, Patty, what the hell did you just say? Okay, there's something out there, folks, called a constructive eviction. And what that means is that you've done something to construct them to be evicted. In other words, you raised the rent so high so quickly they couldn't possibly pay the difference. Ah, constructive eviction. You've changed the rules so badly that it's going to force them to be evicted. You're constructing an eviction is the easiest way that I could explain it to you. If you're doing something like raising their rent so high so quickly it will cause them to be evicted, that is a defense against you. It's cause a constructive eviction. So those of us that go, oh, I'll just raise the rent by 30%. No, you won't. You don't look good in orange. Okay? Constructive eviction is a real thing. And if you are, if you're conjuring up a way to construct a way to evict the tenant, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
I got you. I'm just talking
All right.
out loud because you hear people say, well, I'm not subject to anything. I'm exempt from everything. So I can raise my rent as high as I want to when I want to. Yeah. Constructive eviction is real.
Yeah.
Okay. Example. My tenant lives in Beverly Hills and pays $600 a month. I'm raising their rent to $2,600 with a 90-day notice. Did I just construct him to be evicted by increasing his rent $2,000 a month with a 90-day notice? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I mean, look at it this way always. What would you do if your bank did that to you? What? Bank increased my mortgage by $2,000 with the 90-day notice? Yeah, no. So they can't do that to us. We can't do that to others. Okay? Anytime you're questioning something that you're about to do, ask yourself, what if this happened to me? Take a deep breath and think about what you're about to do. And what if it happened to you? Would you be okay with it? Are you going to kick, scream, fight, and go for the eyeballs? I mean, what's going to happen here? So it's just a good business practice to think, okay, and how would I feel if that was me?
Copy that. So sorry again. So my $25 a month water flat fee is legal.
It was put in your lease contract at inception.
Yep.
Yes.
Got it.
Where it's going to become a problem for you is if you try to raise it to $200 with a 30-day notice. That ain't going to fly.
Right. I'd like to, but I won't.
Right? But you understand
Yep.
where it's going. You got to be
Yep.
real cautious.
Yep. Water is expensive.
Everything is expensive.
Yeah.
Everything is going up except our paychecks. Let's
Yep.
be real honest, you guys. Our bosses, us, our bosses, our powers that be, they're not coming to us going, do you need more money? Bread costs more, gas costs more. Do you need more money? It's not happening. And if it's not happening for us, it's not happening for them either. And right now they're robbing from Peter to pay Paul to make ends meet. Some of us are doing the same because the cost of everything has gone up. We're not able to increase rents. We're about to see a major shift in the economy of our nation. a major shift. Okay, could be a recession again. You guys all remember that? 2006, 2007, they called it a recession. We could be looking at that again. But we can't keep paying flipping 20 bucks for a 2x4 and 80 bucks for a sheet of plywood. We can't keep paying $5 for a gallon of gas. We can't keep doing this without our income going up. Our tenants' income is not going up, but their expenses have increased exponentially. How do we know? Because ours has increased exponentially. Right? All right. Does anybody else have anything? We're coming up on the hour and I don't want to keep you. I'm looking back through the messages because I see now we charge a flat $25. I know it's not legal per Larceau. If you want to change it, you could do a 30-day notice of change of terms of tenancy and put them on the RUB system. And you'd have to probably do a reduction in services because you're no longer including the utilities. So you'd have to do a rent reduction. This is me talking through the process. The rent reduction for removing utilities is a minimal amount of money. So you'd have to credit them like 25 bucks on their rent, but then you could implement the RUB system and have them pay part of the bill. So there's a lot of things you can have going on there. But remember, if you guys reduce services, you have to reduce rents, especially in LA County. One of my insurance companies just gave me a 30-day notice of cancellation stopping. I was paid through February of 2026. This agent said his company was dropping many policies, no reason given. A lot of them are doing it. Not a lot you can do. Contact Homewell Insurance, find another insurance company as quickly as you can. What they're doing to us as landlords is ridiculous, especially in high fire zones. And do you want to know what my opinion of a high fire zone is? You guys ready? Something that hasn't burned in the last 100 years is a high fire zone in California.
Patty, this is Linda, and I'm in incorporated city in LA County. Is that ruled under DCBA?
You're in the incorporated cities in
Yes.
LA County?
Yes.
DCBA is for the unincorporated cities within the county.
Okay.
What city are you in?
Bellflower.
Hold on, I'm going through the Rolodex in my brain. This is what it looks like, okay? No, it's not Bellflower. It's Monterey Park, and there's something else that starts with a B. Beverly Hills has their own ordinance. I'm just going down the list of who has their own bureaucracy and BS.
No, it doesn't have its own.
You're safe. Yes, you're
rules.
safe. In my Rolodex, you're safe.
Okay, well, so do I have to?
State of California is who governs you. The TPA, also known as the Tenant Protection Act, unless you're a single family home and you've served exemption notification.
Oh no, I have more than one house. So do I have to serve that right?
Hold on. Do you have one house on one tax bill and then one house somewhere else, or are they all on the same tax bill?
I have 14 houses on 3 tax bills.
3 tax bills. Do you live on one of the parcels?
No.
You have AB 1482 on all 3 of the parcels.
Right.
So that's basically you're capped at whatever the state rent control amount is, and the relocation fees are comparable to 1 month's rent at this time.
Okay. Do I have to send the letter of right to counsel?
I don't believe so. I believe that is only for DCBA, LARSO. I don't believe you have to send them the right to counsel yet.
Okay, thanks. And also, do I notified the tenant on a change of terms about that we owned the properties under a family trust, but I didn't tell them about their security deposit. So I do have to send them a separate letter.
There's 4 things a tenant needs to know. Who's the owner
Okay.
of record? Where's my security deposit? Who do I pay my rent to? Who do I call in case of an emergency?
Okay, well, they know 3 of those things from the beginning, but
Right. Anytime any one of those things change, you want to send a written notification. It's not a change of terms, it's a letter, because 9 times out of 10, whatever you did has already happened. I
right.
wanted to let you know this property sold on blank day. This is a person with your security deposit now. You pay your rent to them. Here's their phone number. Does this all make sense?
It does, except it's always, when we acquired it, it was always under the family trust, and I just didn't tell them. I just said we were the owners.
Okay, and that's fine, but I would send a letter notifying them just so that you're aware. And I would do it as a general courtesy, and this is the manipulation part of widgets, so pay attention. Okay, you know how you have tenants in a property and you don't have enough information on them, and you want where they work, their phone number, their email address, because you got nothing. It happens sometimes. Okay, this is how I do it. Hello, resident. Just updating our records and want to make sure that you have all of my contact information. You know where your security deposit is, who to pay your rent to. And in return, I need to know how to contact you in the event of an emergency, a fire. Do you have an emergency contact you'd like me to contact if I can't get a hold of you? Do you have pets in the unit that I need to identify so if they get out, I know which unit they belong to? See how I gave to get?
Yep.
Not just going, gimme, because that doesn't work.
I like that a lot.
So it's just a different aspect to get what you want. I don't want to call it manipulation because I'm not manipulating anything. I am being transparent and forthcoming at hello, just in case you want to make sure that you have all of my information just for your records. I'd like to also get your updated information. Updated.
Okay. And last thing, I joined a little bit late and I didn't get the name of the 2 people you mentioned. One of them is for coating the bathtub or the countertop.
Miracle Method.
Okay, Miracle Method.
And for cutting through the grime and the grease on a stovetop or an oven, it's called, I almost said Miracle Method again because both of them start with an M, Mr. Muscle.
Okay. Well,
You can buy it at Home Depot or Lowe's. It says to use in a well-ventilated area. They're not joking.
okay.
It'll make your eyes burn. It'll burn your lungs. You spray it and run away. Okay.
Well, thanks. So I don't supply ovens, so because I don't like to clean them. Same with refrigerators. I'll do it when I have to.
I completely and totally understand. I always supply an oven because it can become a habitability issue, and I'd rather be in charge of that.
Good. Yeah, good point.
I mean, if the tenant's oven isn't working, do I have to pay to fix their oven? It's a habitability issue. Oh, huh, huh. I don't want to find out. I don't want to get into the argument. I'll provide the oven. I stay in control. That's how that works.
Oh, well, thanks so much.
The refrigerator, they're on their own. I don't supply those. And I will tell you guys this, so please pay attention. At a walkthrough inspection, if the tenants move out and they left a refrigerator there, do not open the refrigerator at a move out inspection until you are ready to leave. It should be the very last thing you do, not the very first thing you do, okay? 9 times out of 10, you will get bamboozled by the refrigerator in one way or another. I got the best one day. I opened the fridge and I was like, okay, it's clear. It's fine. I cracked it. Everything's fine. It looks good. And my friend, who is property manager, is with me. She goes, okay, we Rochambeau'd who got the fridge and who got the freezer. Well, I got the fridge and I opened it and everything was fine. She got the freezer and she went to pull on that freezer door. And if you go to pull on the freezer door and it doesn't open easy, stop right there. Stop. Yes, it's just a rubber seal, Patty. Pull a little harder and it'll open. It might be sealed because could be holding all of the stagnant water that melted out of the ice tray and is sitting there nasty. And you're about to get a shower with it if you're not careful. Okay, so if you pull on a door and it doesn't open right away, stop yourself and take extra precaution that you might get a shower from the ice maker. And some of that water smells horrific. Horrific. Yeah. And we all have bad fridge stories, okay? You want to know the worst one ever? It was in one of my houses. My houses. Okay. One of the family members went up to our cabin and let the crab bait in the freezer. They shut the power off when they left the cabin. So there was no power for like 2 months. And all the bait that we had in the freezer thawed and then rotted. It was, we threw it away. Most refrigerators that are disgusting, don't even try to clean them, just throw them away. Your broker lives in Apple Valley. Who's your broker? I might know him. I think disgusting refrigerators should be taken to the shooting range and used as target practice. But hey, I'm a little odd. All right, you guys, you got anything else for me? Anybody? You want to see my campsite? It's really pretty. I don't know where he went, but look at it. It's so pretty. This is where I'm going to be. Isn't it neat? I'm ready to go down by the water.
You're going fishing?
You know I'm gonna. You know I'm gonna do some fishing.
Watch out for those mosquitoes.
Well, some of those things are big enough they could pick me up and carry me away like a pterodactyl. I found that out in the Sierras last weekend. I told my sister, man, these things are big enough to carry me away.
Well, you look great. Have a great time. Be careful.
You guys have a wonderful week. If anybody needs me, feel free to reach out to me. I have cell service. It's awesome. God love a Starlink. It makes me more versatile. All right, everybody. Have a great week. I will not be in Agla tomorrow. I am remote tomorrow. It's the very first Thursday. I'm not going to be actually in the office. So if you guys need me, call me, but I will be there next week.
Thank you,
Right.
Patty.
Yeah.
Thank you. You guys have a great week. Bye.